There's been a new bizarre twist in the Aryan Khan case. A witness in the drugs case against the mega star Shah Rukh Khan's son has made shocking claims of payoffs to the Narcotics Control Bureau senior officer Sameer Wankhede. This man, the man on your screen in that blue and black striped t-shirt, Prabhakar Sel, has said in an affidavit, so it's not just a claim, he has filed an affidavit that his employer KP Gosavi, the man you can see in the red and black t-shirt next to Aryan Khan, his employer KP Gosavi, the private investigator whose selfie with Aryan Khan went viral, he says that his employer Gosavi spoke of a deal where 8 crore rupees had to be paid to Mr. Wankhede. Prabhakar Sel claims to have seen Shah Rukh Khan's manager Pooja Dadlani, KP Gosavi and a Sam D'Souza sit in a blue Mercedes car after the raid and talk for about 15 minutes. Prabhakar Sel, who is Gosavi's aide, claims to be Gosavi's aide, says he then heard KP Gosavi and another person, the Sam D'Souza, discuss a payoff of 25 crores and eventually settle at 18 crores, and he heard them say as they have to give 8 crores to Sameer Wankhede. He also says that he received the cash from KP Gosavi and handed it over to Sam D'Souza. He also says in this affidavit that he received a call from Gosavi who asked him to sign on 10 blank papers. He says he collected 2 bags of cash with 50 lakh rupees in it and gave it to Gosavi. Prabhakar Sel claims that he is a personal bodyguard to KP Gosavi.
आणि अचानक त्या गाडीच्या मागे निळ्या कलरची मर्सिडीज आली. मी बघितलं जाऊन तर त्या गाडीमध्ये SRKची जी मॅनेजर होती ती बसलेली. मग ह्या तिघांमध्ये मीटिंग झाले आणि त्याच्यामध्ये काय झालं ते त्यावेळेला मला कळलं नाही. तर मग गाडीमधून परत त्यांनी फोन केला की 25चा बॉन्ड टाक, लास्ट 18ला कर, कारण की 8 समीर वानखेडे साहेबांना जाणार आहेत आणि 10 आपल्याला वाटून घ्यायचे. एवढं मी त्यांचं फोनवरचं संभाषण ऐकलं.
Now, the top NCB official, Sameer Wankhede, has denied any wrongdoing, saying that he will give a quote-unquote fitting reply. The NCB has said in a statement that Prabhakar Sel, being a witness in a case that is sub judice, has to submit, has to go to the court rather than speak on social media. They claim that his affidavit has been forwarded to the Director General of the Narcotics Control Bureau for what they're calling further necessary action. But this video has raised many questions. Let's take a look at that video again. Who is this man? Is he a member of the NCB? And if not, how does he have so much access to an alleged accused in a case? Who is he making Aryan Khan speak with on the phone? Is he allowed to do this? As a private citizen, can someone go into the NCB, sit with an accused in a case, allow them access to phones or make them speak to people unclear who they're speaking to? Many questions now being raised about what transpired in the NCB. And the senior Shiv Sena leader, Sanjay Raut, has now asked the police to act based on this affidavit filed by this witness. Mr. Raut has also tweeted out that video, which apparently is from inside the NCB, where KP Gosavi and Aryan Khan are seen sitting together, and you can see Aryan Khan is speaking into a phone that is held by Gosavi.
ओके सर, जिस तरह से टेलीविजन पर खबरें आ रही है एनसीबी के क्रूज मामले के केस में 1 नंबर का जो उनका पंच है, उसने जिस तरह से बयान दिए हैं, हमें लगता है इससे चौंकाने वाली चीज़ों के खुलासे हो गए. हम पहले दिन से कह रहे थे कि समीर वानखेड़े जब से इस विभाग में आए, उन्होंने फिल्म इंडस्ट्री को टारगेट किया. महाराष्ट्र की सरकार को बदनाम करने का उद्देश्य था. फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में डर पैदा हो, बड़े लोगों में शहर में डर पैदा हो और वसूली की जाए, ये पहले दिन से हम कह रहे हैं। मंत्री से मुलाकात करेंगे, गृह मंत्री से मुलाकात करेंगे और SIT की जरिए इसकी जांच होगी।
All right, let's go across meanwhile to another case that is being heard legally. Ashish Mishra, the main accused in the Lakhimpur Kheri violence case, is now reportedly suffering from dengue and has been hospitalized. Ashish Mishra is the son of the Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, Ajay Mishra. He is the chief accused in the Lakhimpur Kheri incident, where as many as 8 people, including 4 farmers and a local journalist, were killed in Uttar Pradesh's Lakhimpur Kheri on the 3rd of October when a car allegedly driven by Ashish Mishra, a car that the Mishras, both son and father, acknowledge belongs to them, ran over, mowed down protesting farmers from the back during a farmers' protest. 13 people, including Ashish Mishra, have so far been arrested in connection with the incident. But these are visuals of the main accused in this case, the son of the Minister of State for Home, being taken to a hospital because he is reportedly suffering from dengue. Meanwhile, another story that affects each and every one of us, the price of petrol and diesel in Delhi now stands at 107 rupees per litre. Diesel at 96 rupees per litre. Petrol and diesel prices in Mumbai stand at 113 rupees per litre and 104 rupees per, that's for diesel in Mumbai, 108 and 99 rupees respectively in Kolkata, 104 and 100 rupees respectively in Chennai. So, you know, paying 100 rupees a litre for fuel now seems to be the new norm in India today. And according to the government, this increase follows what they're saying are unrelenting hikes in international oil prices. The government claims that that is what has pushed pump rates across India to their highest ever levels. Petrol is now at 100 rupees a litre mark in all major cities. Diesel has crossed that level in more than a dozen states. But of course, there's no denying the fact that we're paying more in taxes, both central levies and state taxes, over and above what the actual cost of the product, that is petrol and diesel, is. And of course, this is a festive season, and this is when these high prices at the pump are hitting us the hardest.
अरे बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, बढ़ने का रीजन मालूम भी नहीं पड़ रहा, लेकिन बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। अभी क्या है, पहले अपना 200-400 रुपये में गाड़ी का डीजल पेट्रोल टंकी फुल होता था, अभी फुल होता ही नहीं। अभी कितना पेट्रोल का भाव बढ़ गया, पहला कितना था, ऐसा बढ़ता है मालूम भी नहीं पड़ता है।
पेट्रोल की वजह से तो अभी 100 रुपये की कीमत ही नहीं रहेगी। गवर्नमेंट खाली अपने को बोलती है, आश्वासन देती है कि 100 रुपये में 10 रुपये में खाना मिलता है, तो वहाँ पे अपने को जाना पड़ेगा। ऐसे थोड़े दिन के बाद हालत होने वाली है बीच जो मिडिल क्लास की है।
आप दूसरे कंट्रीज के साथ कंपेयर करेंगे, रेट्स इतने ज़्यादा है नहीं। रेट्स तो हमारे देश में बढ़ रहा है, क्यों? टैक्सेस का क्या हो रहा है? स्टेट लेवल टैक्सेस है, सेंटर लेवल टैक्सेस है, उस पर गवर्नमेंट को काम करना चाहिए, समवेयर टू रिड्यूस, बिकॉज हर चीज़ में इतना टैक्स जा रहा है।
And another civilian has been killed in firing near a security forces camp in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir today. And there have been multiple versions that have now emerged about what exactly transpired. There's a version of the police, there's a version of the security forces, all of this over the circumstances that led to the killing of this apple seller who was just in his early 20s, Sajid Ajaz, who was trying to eke out a living for his family. Pictures of this young man in his early 20s, his body lying near his cart, his stall, have gone viral on social media. The police say they are investigating the case, and initial reports suggest that there was a crossfire in which this young man was killed.
An apple seller killed near CRPF camp in Shopian in a controversial firing incident. Shahid Ejaz was shot dead when the vehicle he was travelling was stopped for checking this morning. Police say the apple seller Ejaz was killed in cross-firing after CRPF came under fire from terrorists. But family and locals allege that the 19-year-old was killed by CRPF without any provocation.
Paga gasi, har kois malis maisit. Har kois malis maisit gasi. Magar mohas khoda isin khatra isit karta insaf. Asit mat karta yuta zulum. Asit mat karta sangan shur chana im khatra tayar gamit.
The family says Ejaz, who was in class 11, dropped out last year and started working as a hawker to earn living for his parents and 2 siblings. The incident happened at a time Home Minister Amit Shah is on a 3-day visit to Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing a rally, the Home Minister said that though the civilian killings have come down, but that is not enough.
30 आंकड़ा कम है मगर हमें संतोष नहीं है। हम ऐसी स्थिति का निर्माण करना चाहते हैं कि एक भी व्यक्ति की जान यहां पर न जाए।
Former J&K CM and National Conference Vice President Omar Abdullah blamed security forces and tweeted that such killings will further alienate people, while another former CM and PDP leader Mehbooba Mufti hit out at the forces and alleged that armed forces are operating with impunity. This is the second such civilian killing. Earlier, a nomad Parvez Ahmed was killed after CRPF opened fire on a vehicle he was travelling in Anantnag. According to police, the CRPF opened fire in self-defence, in which one person died.
An innocent civilian is killed, and there are multiple versions over the circumstances that led to the killing of 19-year-old apple seller Shahid Ejaz. The picture of his lifeless body, his hands inside his farran, and apples scattered on the road speaks louder than words. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, Fine TV.
And in the national capital, a man accused of raping a 6-year-old child in West Delhi has been arrested. He was arrested from Rohtak. He was seen in the CCTV footage with this young child. She was seen following him. The 6-year-old child is currently being treated in the national capital's Ram Manohar Lohia hospital. On Friday, this girl returned home injured and bleeding. She had gone for a community meal in the neighborhood, and when the family took her to the hospital, they were informed that she had been raped. This young child's father is a daily wage labourer. A surveillance footage from the area then showed her with this man, the accused, who was then picked up in Rohtak. In that video, you can see her following this accused in a market, and he was detained today in Rohtak. Investigations reveal that he had been arrested earlier as well for allegedly molesting a minor. Welcome back to the news at 8. Now, Foreign Secretary Elizabeth Truss is the new face of global Britain, and she spoke with NDTV's Vishnu Som about the COVID-19 vaccine certificate controversy and UK-India ties.
I must ask you about the vaccines first off. What was the confusion all about?
Well, the confusion's now been sorted out, so those vaccines have been approved, and we are enabling people to come with those vaccines. And I think it's a huge achievement of the Indian government that you now have got 1 billion people in India vaccinated. And it's through the work of both India and the UK developing the AstraZeneca vaccine, producing it here in India at the Serum Institute, and that's a fantastic success. I'm delighted that certificate's now been recognised.
Yes. Why did it take so much time?
Well, you know what these bureaucratic processes are like sometimes. They can take a bit of time, but I was determined that we would get it resolved, and we have got it resolved.
Would you like to see India as a part of AUKUS in the future?
Well, AUKUS is a particular arrangement which is really focused on nuclear-powered submarines and intelligence and defence cooperation. What we do want to do is build a closer defence and intelligence cooperation arrangement with India, and I was in Delhi yesterday talking with Minister Jai Shankar about precisely that. And who knows how things might develop, but I know, of course, that Australia is also a key ally of India, as is the United States. So we're certainly very keen to broaden our relationships, to deepen our relationships with key allies that we trust, and India is absolutely in that category.
A story of hope. In Tamil Nadu, 2 siblings learned about the power of one About the power of speaking up. In Tamil Nadu, a liquor shop was moved away from a school after the siblings wrote to the collector to complain about the public nuisance that was being created there.
This government-run liquor shop, just meters from a school, has now been shut and is being shifted to another location. This after siblings Ilam Tendrul and Tamilarasan, studying class 6 and 4 in the same school, wrote to the collector citing nuisance and child safety. They requested that the shop should go at least before physical classes resumed for the primary and middle school in November.
அங்கேயே கெட்ட கெட்ட பேசிதா பேசுறாங்க. அதனால எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப அச்சயமா இருக்கு. குடும்பத்துல ரொம்ப பிரச்சனை வருது. அதனால சின்ன பிள்ளைங்க தான் வேலைக்கு விடுறாங்க, பிச்சை எடுக்க விடுறாங்க. அதனால அது எல்லாத்தையுமே நீங்க அடைச்சிட்டீங்கன்னா அது எந்த பிரச்சனையும் வராதுன்னு.
The Madras High Court had in 2015 ruled that no liquor shop should be within 100 meters of a school, but that is often violated. But the collector and chief secretary decided to act on the children's appeal in Ariyalur.
Though the shop is 100 meters away from the school, as the children have represented to shift the shop, permission has been accorded from the authorities and we have shut down the shop and necessary action have been initiated to shift to an alternative site.
The children whose parents run a bookshop have become heroes in Tamil Nadu. The proactive initiative by these children and the government response has given a new level of confidence to many school students, which many hope could lead to the shutting down of many more liquor shops, which vitiate the atmosphere near schools. With Murugesan at Ariyalur and Annette Beryl in Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.